Smith's stacking up with him. They're both going to double stack it in Cubby and try and catch Crims, Dennis and Olaf, who are about to come around this corner. Smith is going to be the sacrificial lamb to send him around to distract while RPK pops out and does the damage. Here we go. See if it works out for them. Are they going to be expecting RPK now in Cubby? I don't think they will, but Crims checked it. Caught and saved Dennis there, and that's going to be a quick cleanup now. Existence into Library. Scream's coming around with him, but might get caught off guard. Crims with the AK. No, he's completely expecting this. He knows that somebody's coming around. There we go. Easy stuff. Easy cleanup. Fnatic 5-2.
Crims is like your favorite teammate in the world. The one who, for no logical reason, checks a spot after two of your teammates have already ran by it and just completely saves the day. It prevents disaster in every possible
Because that could have easily been a 3-man spray down.
And you know the first thing RPK thinks when he dies is like, why is Crims looking here? My teammate just died here. What is happening? So I mean, that's a couple kills that round, and it might not have ended up being too dangerous, but you never know. RPK, if no one's looking at him and he's able to spray down 3, that turns into a disaster really, really quick for Fnatic. So heads up play by Crims there.
But for Fnatic, they have a whole lot of money. It is all going in their favor, and while they've been picking up these rounds, they've really not lost many people either. They've been, 4-man alive, 4-man alive, 3-man, 4-man, so really not losing too many people to G2, and that's causing serious problems. G2 fully invested in this one, and again, you can see, not a great deal of utility. Double AWP setup though, Shocks and Smiths.
I don't like this switch on a map like Inferno. 1-up, fine, but you need this utility. You have to have it, absolutely. And this is 2 rounds now where they've chose to go with the AWP over smoke, over Molotovs, and now they do it twice. So this better pay off, and it looks like Shocks is going to get a little bit aggressive with it. Almost looks like he wants to peek, and he actually catches Olaf out. Olaf not expecting that kind of an angle.
Well, it's the first time they've really managed to rock an AWP and make it work, but they're going to be piling straight at Banana. Scream had a deep smoke down the bottom of Banana. Might not be expecting the full rotate, but they are going to get in position in time. Scream there, Existence with the crossfire. They should be able to catch them nicely here as they push around the corner. Scream kept popping heads, has to go for the reload, switches to the USB, should get JW down. JW responded, but Existence was there, and G2 do hold, just losing the 1 man. So finally, the gamble, and it was a big gamble, pays off.
Yeah, very big gamble because, well, now this gamble pays off like huge because they only lose that 1 member like you mentioned, but now all the utility comes out on this double op setup. So if they're going to be effective, if they can keep these op mobile, and Fnatic, I don't think they saw that Smiths had it as well. So they've only seen 1 AWP, but JW, the response, he's going to get one on his hands. He's going to hold mid for a peek, but G2 still having 2 AWPs at this A bomb site.
Crims has got very much unseen all the way up the top of Banana, but just 8 and 8 from Scream, so immediately forced to back away. Olaf will catch Shocks out. That's one of the AWPs deep in apartments. Dennis is going to, he's going to renade it straight on the top of RPK. Gets spotted and has to back away. JW is going to go aggressive. He's going to peek up the top there. RPK does get one. Wasn't expecting him to stand and hold it in apartments. Crims will find Smith, though. That's at the top of mid, and now RPK has to back away into pit. Nice, he gets a 3rd.
Yeah, RPK doesn't care. He's done playing this game. 3 sick kills from him. Now just biding his time on the site, and he's going to get flush, or he's going to miss the shots initially. Does correct himself. Could go for the ace here.
He's going to flash himself out. He's going to go for it. He's going to look for it. He may well find it on Crims. Will be. No, misses the USPS shot. He's going to get the support, but Crims suddenly turns it on, and RPK has to get the ace now to save the round for G2. Crims backs away with the AWP and sits in pit, waiting for him at the tunnels. Oh no, RPK's going to peek it. He's going to look. He's going looking for it. He knows that the bomb's down there, and Crims will find him. Solid, steady play. We just talked about him a round ago. Crims, the teammate you always want.
That 4 kill from RPK is met with the 4 kill of Crims. It's such a smart play with that much time left. This is a hard angle to get these 2 kills out, especially against people like Dennis and Olaf, some of the best players in the world. So difficult. And what a round in this. Yeah, this performed like, this is the ace.
He thought he had him here.
He only has 1 bullet, and he actually dinks him. With the 1 bullet he had in his clip, he dinks him. Heartbreaking. And now, I mean, look at this buy now. And G2 have to invest themselves into this round because their economy, I mean, they've already given up 6. They can't let Fnatic start growing this towards, any more than this, basically. They have to win out, essentially.
Yeah, full force. Just the 2 rifles. Everybody else waiting for a weapon. And they've been quite clever with this. Shox and RPK, the two rifles, they're both sitting on A site. Everybody else with pistols, stacking out on B, hoping that Fnatic will come their way. This time, Olaf and Dennis are being a bit more cautious in apartments after RPK just wrecked them there. Will slowly take the time. A lot of smokes over on B site. Existence on the rotate, expecting something to be coming here now as Crims looks to explode on the top of mid.
Well, now G2 has to take a gamble. With this inferior arsenal, they have to kind of stack one site and just say, if they come here, great. If not, we're in some trouble. And it actually looks like Dennis and Olaf are going to be wrapping, once again, putting pressure over towards where Smiths and Existence are playing. Coming into the arch, but that Smiths close up, that smoke was not deep enough. It actually blocked Olaf from seeing anything, so it's just Dennis here, and this might turn into a lurk roll as his teammates storm into the B-bomb site.
Scream, meanwhile, on B side, it's going to be the vital man. They're going to push on towards him with that 5-7. Can he manage to pop some of those heads? It doesn't look like it. He's going to get tagged up heavily. Flusher will clear them out, but the spray through the smoke. Smiths manages to get himself one. Now he's going to quickly try and boost up and over. He will catch a glimpse of Crims going for the plant there, but it's JW he's looking for, and he knows they're on site. He's going to catch himself one. Can get. He knows he's in the corner. He knows exactly where he is. Can spot his position. Can get himself the defuse, and there we go. Very well played by G2. Clever little stack to keep a glimpse on everything.
And Existence, as soon as he sees that smoke, as soon as they get one kill, you could see he immediately just ran up and crouched. That was such a quick call, such a heads-up play, and they almost were able even to prevent the plant with that boost. So smartly done from G2, and they work they somehow miraculously win this round.
Yeah, very well played. Remember, they started that round with just 2 rifles, 2 weapons, and now, of course, they have themselves a full buy. But Fnatic are still looking pretty comfortable. This is their last-ditch effort with the full force. We'll see what they can come out with. JW, of course, once again on that AWP, and he's been doing well. Smith is going to take the gamble and hop on past. JW was checking there, but look at the aggression from Smith. He can't land the shot, though, down all mid there. And JW pushes all the way out through the molly, and RPK takes him down.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Look at the aggression. Olaf's so quick. RPK does shut him down, but 2 kills for Olaf just rushing up mid. Now even RPK's been tagged, but he does drop Dennis. Gets traded off. The rotations are far away. This is at least going to be a plant. Flush has got to find a gun, though.
Oh, Crims with the AWP's going to get the plant down. Existence will come through library. Screams alongside him. So Crims, sight impeded by himself, of course. Existence and Scream. Okay, they've got a flash. They're going to push on through the smoke. They're going to stack up over it again, trying to do the same trick. But this time around, it doesn't give them any fruit. Crims has got himself tucked in graveyard. And this is going to be tricky. G2 both coming from the same position. They're not going to be expecting Crims with the AWP in the corner because Flush has already got one of his own in pit. Manages to find it. And there's Crims with the backstab. And Fnatic close out the round. So back and forth we go. And unfortunately for G2, that is going to cause some serious problems. They are going to have to pull something together once again. They can't afford any rifles this time around, though.
Yeah, it's almost a double save situation with place Shox and Smiths are at. 1,500 for Smiths, 1,700 for Shox. So I imagine, yeah, no real investment for these guys into this round. They're going to force buy in the next one. And they still, Fnatic keeps the double ups. Flusha once again on the Tech 9. Not as bad in this round because against this save, once they figured out he can investigate the stack.
Using the time to have a little chat about it, G2 there. 4 of them just staying in CT spawn. Having a discussion, figuring out exactly what they're going to do. Because they're in danger of slipping away in this first half. Bearing in mind they have 2 lives, remember, as do Fnatic. Fnatic, they're not going barreling into this one. They are aware they could run headlong into a stack of some form. They got themselves a boost. I think it's JW on top of Flusher down Banana. Scoped up. Olaf, you can see here also in the top of mid.
This is going to force Fnatic to be a little bit more passive to open up rounds with this double op setup, and having one of them on Olaf, he's been their primary aggressor, usually solo in those 1-4 setups, so some tactically is going to have to change for Fnatic because of these 2 ops.
Well, Smiths and RPK are about to arrive at B site as JW creeps his way around here. They're going to check out. RPK is going to be boosted. They're going to go for that boost once again. RPK on top of Smiths, just around the corner where JW is creeping. Should find himself one at the fountain. He will. You can see them boosted there, but he's not falling for it this time. That grenade's going to fall square on their feet. Smiths and RPK taking a lot of damage from that one. Fnatic not going to be fooled twice.
And Flusha, there's the Tech 9 entering. It's going to get that headshot. Nicely done. Scream actually and Dark actually got like 4 or 5 shots at JW. And JW didn't really know where he was. Took him a little bit to react and realize it. Still wins the battle. So easy wipe up for Fnatic here. They're going to get up towards 8. And next round's the important one. I don't know if we'll see a pause out of G2. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea at this point because you have to win these last 3 rounds.
I mean, it seemed like when they were just, yeah, there we go, timeout. There we go, the pause, tactical pause coming out from G2. And as you mentioned, already 8 rounds to the good for Fnatic. It's tricky times for G2. They're going to have them an incredible T-side of their own at this rate. And it's going to be very much a force, as you say. Smith's only on 3K, 3.1. Shox at 3.3. Everybody else are at 5 or 4K, so they can buy up, but it's just one of Shox and Smith's going to do. Now, we've seen Shox on the shotgun before. Could take it to Parmans, could certainly do that.
I'm more worried about, maybe not worried, but I'm just curious how Fnatic is going to start utilizing these 2 ops. That round's, it's an anti-eco, so not a huge deal, but with one on Olaf, I mean, he's the one who, just the other round, when they lost a player early to the Molotov, Olaf's the one who followed it up by just rushing up mid through the fire, getting 2 kills and opening that whole round. So, I mean, they need someone who's going to pick up that aggressive slack. Flusha still with the Tech 9.
Just sitting on it. So he's got 3.2K, so,
I wish Yanko were here. I wish we could just, like, key him in to, do a sideline reporting and just see how tilted Yanko is right now.
He looks content. He's eating a sandwich.
Well, that'll neutralize any kind of Tech 9 Flusha by tilt.
Yeah, just sitting on the Tech 9. I mean, to be fair, he's not really needed to buy anything else at the moment. What's he looking at? He's down the bottom.
He did just pick up an AK.
He did just bought one finally. Okay, there we go.
I mean, that's something. Maybe if OJ's listening, ask him on the stage at some point, and we'll have to grab him between a match and ask him about that. Maybe after this series, because he did the same thing on Couple. It's got to be some kind of just
sitting with the UMB constantly, yeah.
Economic play, so he can drop some extra weapons over towards his teammates. Free guns to salvage. Also, the UMP gives that bonus money. But we also saw him just a couple rounds ago. He had an AK-47, and he was entering onto the B bomb site, and he was using the
Tech 9, yeah,
because you can run a gun with it. So he was just like, I never want to stop moving. I'll just hold on to the Tech 9.
I mean, I guess if it works for you, why not?
Yeah, you can't really complain about the results they have on the board so far.
Yeah. So still tactical timeout, I should say, for G2. Fnatic, you can see on your screens, though. They'll be quite happy with their situation. Sitting on 2 lives themselves. Astralis await the victor. And they'll be in a great situation if G2 manage to take a life off Fnatic. We saw them doing it against Astralis, so it's totally possible. But this is Inferno. This is G2's map of choice. This is the one they wanted to go to. We don't know what the second map is just yet. It could actually be Inferno twice.
I highly doubt that G2 is going to let Inferno through twice. That would just be insanity, because Crims was very honest when he says they're the best team in the world on Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely. Dust 2 was the last map vetoed as well, so that would have been good for G2, but Fnatic not going to let that one slip through, it would appear. Here we go, though. It is a force from G2 for masses in hand, and it's just Smith that's had to go pretty much full pistol and see if he can get something. They've stacked up heavily at quad at the moment. They're boosted.
I like that pistol buy, though, from Smith, because he could have got a FAMAS, wouldn't have been able to get utility behind it, but this time he's going for that Molotov, going for the smokes, and look how it's allowing them to control the choke points. Now they can get this boost up onto the rooftop, and Fnatic is not up mid at this point in the juncture, or at this point in the round just yet, like they have been in the past.
It's a clever little play as well, because they got Smiths just underneath at pillar, so they're going to be looking at Smiths and completely distracted from the fact that RPK's landing the damage from above, but as yet, they're going to have to abandon it. Yeah, they're going to back away from quad, so they're not feeling it. The smoke's been reapplied. Olaf's trying to cause some distractions with that open. My God, that was so close to catching on towards existence. Straight away, Scream just pushes straight out. Why not? Olafmeister caught off guard, but the rest of Fnatic going to be pushing out in towards A site. It's Flusha that's about to breach out of apartments as RPK gets himself flashed up. Has to go for that peek in a second. You can see them through the X-ray in the doorway, just about to push his position. He gets one down, but it's answered with that grenade. Smiths can't manage to land the pistol shots, and that is going to be G2 completely cleaned out of A site. Scream trying to land some of those AWP shots that he collected off Olafmeister on towards site, but they are tucked in. Plant goes down, and it's for G2 to try and go for the retake.
Going for the boost again. This is a couple times we've seen it. Existence isn't going to see much, though. Fnatic not giving them any chance to get back into this retake. No kit, no utility. This is more than likely just going to be a save call, and it is. They want to have that AWP into the next round, so everything goes right for G2. They get the opening kill onto Olaf with the AWP, and then they have a double pit setup, which is extremely strong in that kind of a situation. Smiths just can't land a kill. JW gets in with the Tech 9 falling out of balcony. So that bomb gets planted very early on, and the smoke just prevents G2 from having any hope into that round, and the hunt is on.
Yeah, and I think RPK got caught out. I think it was a double nade on him in pit.
Yeah, he got damaged a little bit from
yeah.
lane, and that nade came out and just, I mean, it's where are you going to go?
Yeah. It's the perfect cleanup. A 9-4 Fnatic in control here on the T side. But now G2, they got those 2 weapons they saved, but that is all. And this has been the story of their game so far. Economically crippled on the CT side, never really able to get anything going. It's a FAMAS for Scream. He managed to land the shot on Olaf Meister. Smiths is going to go aggressive this time. JW doesn't manage to land the shot. Does get himself a little tag in there, but the nade doesn't do the damage.
Shock's behind the smoke with the Deagle, just looking away in case a flashbang pops up. Now he feels the pressure, and he turns around, gets completely blind, but he's going to hold his ground, misses the initial shot, gets swarmed. Does deal some damage to Dennis, actually coming towards CT spawn. Existence, big role to play, but he can't get it. Olaf's going to trade him off, but there's Smiths. So down to a 3-on-3.
He's got Olaf pushing his position. And Molly's going to flush him out. Speaking of flushing, Flusher and JW in on B site, but Smiths managed to land the second shot on Olaf Meister. Just 2 health remains for Flusher. JW, though, doing the damage, taking down RPK, and Smiths now in a straight-up 2v1 with the AWP up close and personal. This is going to have to be almost a no-scope on Flusher if he pushes around there, but JW holding the angle perfectly. Smith's in a real tricky situation. He just looked away. The timing.
This round should be impossible for Smiths to win.
Yeah, he's going to save it. Try to save it. Now, there is a little angle that Flusher could see there, yeah. And he's going to push the position. AK-47 versus AWP, and Smiths is in a dangerous spot. Will manage to land the quick scope onto Flusher there. And goes down, unfortunately, with the bomb. So he doesn't hold on to his weapon. So nicely done from Fnatic. 10-4, and now G2 with nothing, really.
Talk about insult to injury, is losing that off. When you choose to save, you can't get all the way back, and that explosion just finishes him off. But some really not, that shot by JW is almost, you know, kind of round saving. If he misses that shot, he's caught in the open. If he falls there, his teammate's got 2 HP. So 6 shot for JW to hit. Last chance for G2 to get up towards 5. But this T side from Fnatic has just been dominant.
Yeah, they've crippled their economy throughout. And it's just been the odd round here and there, which really G2's picked up, which has kind of done them more damage than good, really. Not able to keep it consistent. Shox is being fairly aggressive in apartments, trying to see if he can find a quick and early pick. But they have a good idea that he's there. He will manage to find one. That's Dennis that gets taken down. He's had a fairly quiet game so far. Was very much the top fragger last time these guys played on Monday.
And once again, look at the stack towards the B bomb site for G2. And Olaf just aggressively lurks out halls in this round. I mean, they don't realize it quite yet. There's no reason to think that G2 had 3 of 4 members of the B bomb site, but Fnatic is going to be pleasantly surprised to find this B bomb site ready and waiting for him.
Yeah. Smoke goes down. Existence completely blocked off. Scream coming through Arch, and Smiths on the big long wraparound coming up the top of mid. They have to challenge for it. It is the final round of the half, so they may as well go for it. Try and risk it. But it's a great hold from Fnatic. Crims holding strong, as he has done all half. And you just got to think back to that round where Crims caught hold of RPK, tucked in Cubby.
Yep.
That could have been so different, and that was very even at that point.
Well, Crims has just been a monster this whole half. Top fragging. I mean, he's playing so fantastic. So, I mean, that 1v1 clutch he had against RPK when RPK had the 4 kill. So, I mean, he's had stellar performance in this terror side, and that's a big margin that Fnatic has to play with. You know, they mentioned at the desk, and I know you mentioned the 16-13 win against G-Bots that looked a little shaky. Well, they fixed those issues.
Yeah, no messing around this morning for Fnatic. We saw Astralis coming in somewhat half asleep, finally waking up against Dignitas, but Fnatic, they are in full force today, it would appear. And on track at the moment to come up against Astralis. Still, a life remains for G2 if they were to lose this one, so there would be a second match to follow, G2 versus Fnatic. I know you guys at home have been somewhat confused by this because we have done 2 games back-to-back, and it should ordinarily be the little switch, but in order of keeping things consistent and not having 20-minute turnovers every time the teams have to change around, we decided to do the double back-to-back, and teams seemed happy with that. Pistols underway though, and they're piling straight to B site. Olafmeister already finding 1 head, managed to get 4 before the other day. Crims does continue to tap in there as well. 1 shot, 1 kill, that's all he seems to need. But the bomb is planted in on site. JW and Olaf have made the rotate. It's going to be a 4-man take. Scream, Smiths and Existence to try and hold them back as they burst on site any second now. Scream will be vital. He can't manage to land the opener, but he does get himself a double. And that's going to be Flusher, and Crim's taken down. He catches a glimpse of the muzzle of the gun of Dennis, but he has worked so well in pistols so often for Fnatic. Smiths gets himself one. He's going for the knife. He's got him. Dennis pulls out the knife on Smiths. Not only is it going to net him a whole lot of cash, he's going to get the defuse. And Fnatic look to close out this game in confidence. He's got it. He's missed it. Oh my God.
I was wondering why nobody from Fnatic was smiling or celebrating quite yet.
That was within a second.
That's a heartbreak, but what a shot there from Smiths.
So now you got to question, was he out of bullets and went for the knife? Because he could have possibly got the pistol kill much quicker.
I'm
and
sure
that just that little sliver of a second.
He's either out of bullets or had 1 left and didn't think that he could land the headshot. I'm assuming, I'm pretty confident it would be out of bullets. No reason for him to change.
He'd already picked up a double kill, so you'd assume.
So actually, G2 just get away with 1 there.
Get away with murder, literally. But that gave a whole lot of money to Dennis, regardless. He's sitting fairly comfortable. But of course, the MAC-10s out for G2, and now they're going hunting for kills. They spot 1 behind quad. That's Dennis tucking himself in. A lot of damage on Smiths already there from Flusher, but will finally get dealt with. The MAC-10s coming into action, trying to start making that bank. Dennis does get 1 down. That shocks, but RPK will collect himself a bunch of cash. And it's Crimson Olaf remaining.
And this is actually scary, because Olaf is still lane side. He's over by truck.
Well, Smiths is low. RPK's half health. Existence just got tagged up. This is still, yeah, like you say, very scary. And Olaf with that deagle. If he lands the opener, that's the bomb carrier, Smiths, and he just backs away. He could pick himself up a weapon around this corner. Crimson's looking to try and do the same. He comes out of library. Existence will catch him, and now it's all on Olaf.
Yeah, Crims had to get a kill there. Olaf, he's going to get 1 more. I mean, why not go for it still? Do some damage. Almost lined up that shot onto Existence. Trying to bait him out of their position. There it is. He had the shot he wanted, but Existence takes him out. So a lot of damage dealt, but G2 is going to get out of that second round alive. 6-11 now as G2 tries to make this comeback.
Well, G2 going to stick with the SMGs. MAC-10s for Shocks and Smiths. Existence also going to collect himself one. Okay. They need the cash. I mean, they saw the economic damage that Fnatic had done to them. They want to try and do the same, but Fnatic going for that save to bring the rifles out in the next round. This is going to be fast and furious, it would appear, in towards the B site. Smith's leading the charge. Olaf and Crim's there, but this is a quick wraparound from Fnatic. They're going to have a 4-man stack here before G2 break through on site. It will be pretty brutal, though, it would appear. MAC-10's doing the damage. And it is just Dennis left in the corner. Gets himself 2 down, though. Makes it costly. But those MAC-10s won't be carrying through to the next round anyway, so it's not too bad. And Scream will finish off the job. 11-7 here, though. And this is the round that counts. Fnatic going to be bringing the weapons out. Let's see what G2 have to answer.
Good amount of kills, though, in those two eco rounds for Fnatic. They got 5 total. Smiths was able to recuperate a lot of that with some MAC-10 kills there at the end. Shocks actually is going to keep the MAC-10 despite having a lot of money. No, he's not. He's going to pass it over to Smiths, who's the AWPer, so maybe he wants to build up some of his own bank to have that weapon.
We talked about that UMP before, didn't we? There's Flusher once again.
Why not? I mean, if you're going to do an SMG, that one has, we've seen so much success that it has a great armor pen for an SMG. So it's not like this is some slouch of a gun in these weapon rounds.
And he's using it at Arch at the moment, which is a fairly close round combat battle. But this is going to be G2 exploding into sight. But look at the spray down. Olafmeister and Crims have done this so often. And G2 just melt as they push through the smoke onto sight.
That round was so close to just Olaf Meister going down and Krim's more than likely following soon after. The angle he was not expecting that much aggression out of G2. They actually had some shots on him. It was Smiths with that MAC 10, and Shox here, he grabs one. He's got Dennis isolated, but no reason for Dennis to peek. Waiting for his teammates to come, and there's Olaf to clean it up. But it was Smiths with that MAC 10 just doing a drive-by, just couldn't deal the damage, couldn't connect the shots. If that's an AK-47, and they get that kill onto Olaf, then all of a sudden Krims is going to fall very, very shortly.
And suddenly it's looking very messy. Smith's on 2K, Existence on 2K, but they're going to force it. AK is getting passed across to them. It's Existence that's going to be the man on the left on a pistol. Nope, there we go. AK dropped for him as well. So G2 throwing everything into this round. Let's see if they don't go quite so quick, though, because the pace doesn't seem to be working for them. Fnatic reading the situation well. This time it's going to be a bit of probing in apartments, but Dennis chose to back away. Actually, he's dropped into sight, so Fnatic reading this one well as Olaf's already making the rotation. He's already in an arch.
Heavy Halls play. Yeah, there's 4 members here. This is going to be brutal, and they're all stacked up towards lane. This is to stop any kind of mid presence from G2. Here come the flashbangs, but they should be able to shut this down. JW gets the first one, or Flusha does. He gets a second as well.
He managed to just rush out, and well, that was attack was muted. Shox, the only man standing once again as he was last round. See if he can pull anything spectacular off. Dennis expecting this to creep around the smoke, or are he looking in the situation? Just looked away. He's about to get flashed in, actually. Finds himself Dennis, but 3 of them all stacked up. The bomb, he has to challenge them. All 3 of them. It's like a firing squad round the corner. They're just going to line up and take down Shox the second he peeks. I'm not sure what JW is gesticulating to Flusha there, but they seem to have smiles on their face, so they're in good spirits.
I mean, G2's had some these 2 hits these last 2 rounds up mid. That one was a little bit more of a slaughter, but over towards that B rush, they've had the opportunities to get some entry kills on this, but it's just that the spearhead of these attacks is not working out for them. They're not getting anything initially, and Fnatic is just so good. If you give them the time to you know, to recover, to get, oh, what a shot, JW.
Yeah, that kind of sums up G2 right now. When JW is hitting shots like that. Got the Tech 9s. Scream's the only man with the AK. They want to try and use him to find those heads, but they're just not getting the opportunities.
Yeah, well, you get a very small window to have some kind of success when you're going up against Fnatic, and if you don't take it, they're going to punish you for not finding that kill. So these have got to come out, and actually that Molotov is going to do a really good job. RPK's forced to run through it. Look at Flusha just spraying through the smoke and actually using it now as cover, reloading perfectly. RPK gets by him, but he's blind. He just pre-fires it anyways. Gets another kill. Why not? Bombs down. This B split is nothing.
Very well played there. They expected him to back into library, but instead he tucked himself around the corner. And G2 just being nullified every step of the way so far, not getting a great deal. As soon as they moved into right weapons, they've got, what, 3 kills in the last 3 rounds total.
Yeah, this has been tough. And here's the difference. Fnatic is able to string rounds together as soon as they started buying on their CT side. G2 is only ever able to really get 1 in a row. They had 2 in a row later on, I believe. But, I mean, early on, Fnatic controlled the economy from an early stage. JW going for another shot in the mid-air. Can't land that one, but of course he's going to go for a re-peek down towards the mid-pit. Not able to land that. Now he's getting aggressed upon, but no worries.
Just quick scopes it, no problem. Well, this is pretty cruel for G2 fans to watch. It is very much Fnatic in control, and G2 are going to have to pick the heads up after this one. They have it in them to beat them, but they're just going to remember how. And remember what they have up for grabs. 15-7, Fnatic very much in cruise control on this one. Damage done on the T side. 11-4 was the first half score. Fnatic not really being pressured too hard here. Just the pistol start for G2 to give them those 3 rounds. And since Fnatic, the second they picked up the rifles, I've never really looked back.
Yeah, it's, I mean, no success in the second half really for G2 after that pistol. And now, once again, with a huge economic advantage, Fnatic can just be hyper aggressive at all times. That time they're getting a little bit fancy. They're trying to run boost.
Yeah, this is just confident play now. Here we go. The run walk.
If he'd have landed a shot there, that would have just been highlight video of the year.
Yeah, well, he used it as spot to see where they were, so he can slide out immediately after landing and take a shot and just kind of pre-fire the angle or have an easy... The knowledge will help him make that off quicker, but yeah, I don't think they'll be trying that when it's if it's 15-14 or anything like that.
Bit of style points for Fnatic coming out at the end here. As G2, with one single Galil, try to cobble together something here against Fnatic. Map of their choice has not worked out how they planned it. And Olaf, well, he's just going straight aggressive. Gets himself two. It was traded back. Crimsko is aggressive. He's gone up top of mid as well. And now it is just existence remaining. JW takes him down. Simple stuff for Fnatic there. 16-7. It's how it ended on Monday as well, unfortunately. So history has repeated itself.